Ali here at mindboymeditation.com, and today I'm going to walk you through a Law of Attraction 101. We're going to figure it all out together. We're going to walk through it. We're going to discuss, we're going to untangle, unfold, and we're going to realize that this Law of Attraction thing can really help us in so many ways, on so many levels, in all areas of our life. And also, we're going to realize that we are attracting what we don't want at the same time unless we consciously choose to change that story. So in this video, we're going to unpack everything. So decide right now to stick with this video and change your life forever and ever for the greater good of yourself, your family, your friends, and all that you're meant to be here for. I'll see you on the other side. Oh, he's finally lost it. He's talking about the Law of Attraction. Look, this stuff is, you're one or two people, like I've said. You're fully interested, you're fully involved, you practice it, you've experienced it being the main thing here. If you've experienced it, there's just no turning back. Or you're a complete skeptic and it's a load of hogwash. You're both right. That's the kicker. And this is one thing that we never hear. We know if anybody's into something, they push it no matter what, no matter whether it's a brand, a football team, a religion, a philosophy, your favorite show. You push it and you believe in it because you've experienced it and you know it to be true and you know it to be the best and whatever. And if you don't, you might never be convinced. And you don't believe it, you set in your ways, it's to you it's fact that it's not fact, and we constantly have this in life. And where I find most people go wrong is that they can't accept that. They can't accept that people don't want to hear what they want to talk about or what they're selling, and it infuriates them that they don't understand what they're talking about. So I want to offer you a different perspective on this, a different way of going through life. And it's an easier way and it helps both parties. If you're a skeptic right now and you're just watching this purely for laughs and fair play, you're just watching this to try and understand, but you're not quite sure, that's totally cool. And if you're a full-on believer and you're flying the flag and you're fully in there, then that's also cool. And I think the biggest thing that we could all take away from all of this stuff is what we're learning through science is, especially the quantum aspects, is that whatever we're tuned into, we are magnets. We are attracting we're attracting more of what we're putting our attention on. And the way that we're so familiar with this already is we have sayings that we use and we don't really think about it. Birds of a feather flock together. Energy flows where intention goes. Like attracts like, and a number of other ones. But we're so familiar with this already, and we know it to be true in some sense, and we know it to be true in a sense where we walk in a room and if we feel good, people will be attracted to that. You can feel that people are drawn to that, and people that are the life of the party literally attract people around them. And the same as the opposite. If you're walking into a room and you're fully doom and gloom, then you will not only repel the majority, it's probably what most people want to do in that situation, but you'll also attract more of those like-minded people. So, this isn't necessarily a good or a bad thing, it just is what is. And that's the main point I want to just get in there straight away, is there's no right or wrong, there's no better or worse. That's up to us as individuals to decide. That's where we use our own free will to decide what we think is right or wrong and what's good or bad. What we're talking about with the law of attraction is it is just what is, much like the law of gravity just is what is. And when we know how these things work, not necessarily know how they're working, but know the concept, then we can use them to our advantage, and we can start to heal, we can move on, we can attract what we want in our desires, and we can go along for that ride. And it's a trip. And you know, like I said before in the other video, I used this a lot when I was younger. I didn't know what I was doing, but I was in the flow. Now I'm diving into all this stuff and learning to understand it and using it to for the greater good of my health, wealth, success, and anybody I meet and teach. So it's a beautiful thing. I'm looking forward to sharing it with you. And without further ado, I think we should just jump straight in there. How about you? All right, I want to whiz through this. I want to just get the main points so you just get it and you practice it and you enjoy it. So here we go. Number one, law is law. There's no, well, let's have a think about that. Let's all just dissect it and say what we all think about it and come up with a common, it is what is. And this is what is, all right? It's a spiral. It's frequency. It's vibration. It's what happens to magnets. So the way we break it down is, imagine a spiral going down. That's when your energy gets lower and slower, right? And we all know those feelings. Pain, suffering, worry, doubts, fear, scarcity, lack, other things like that, right? And then we know the other way too, when it goes faster, when it feels higher, when it feels brighter. We've got contentment, start there. And then we've got hope, and we've got belief, we've got love, joy, peace, tranquility, all of the good buzzwords go up and up and up. And we tend to go through life, and I'm just using this spiral analogy just as just one thing that we can kind of picture. We go through life and we often just see what happens. It is what it is today. Hope today goes good. That's if you're optimistic. And life just kind of happens. When we take the law of attraction into account, we realize that it isn't just happening. It's very much a co-creative process. The earth itself is doing its thing, and everything that's in it is doing its thing. We can't control what everybody's doing around us, thank goodness. I mean, it'd be cool to some extent, but you know, it is just what is. The world is happening. We can all agree. This is where a lot of people go wrong. They don't realize that how powerful we are as well. We are magnets for our thoughts, for our intentions. And the way that we can practice this is we can get a thought through inspiration, turn it into a thing, and then we can choose to make that thing a bigger thing or a better thing. And there's a million examples for this. You can bring up a child and feed it knowledge and help it and nurture it and watch it grow. You could build a company and replicate it and like ripples, watch it expand. You could be an artist, or you could be an actor, or even an electrician or a plumber or painter, and you basically have a business that's going well and everything's going cool, and then you use these principles and you create a more harmonious business. You get better clients, you get better income, you've got more workflow. There's a million examples. But what we do know is that if we apply this stuff, we go like this, and we attract like a whirlwind spiral into our vortex. And if we go like this, it goes slower and lower, and we attract more of that too. So the first thing to remember is law is law. It is what it is. When someone walks into the room and they're full of life, people, love that, adore that, admire that, and are uplifted because of those people. And the people that hate those people suffer inside. So we've got a choice in every moment. We don't have to be the life and party of every party. It's a case of every thought we're thinking, every action we're doing, is it serving us, and is it serving the environment around us? Basically, are you complaining? Are you in victimhood? Are you going, oh, this isn't happening to me? Why? I hate it when this happens. You're just replaying all of the negative, unwanted stuff. It's piling on top of you and essentially attracting more. And we know this because we attract people that like listening to that stuff. I don't have anyone in my life at the moment, thankfully, that calls me up and tells me a million whinging episodes and, well, this is happening and so said this. I used to, and I also used to be one of those people. And through learning all this stuff, you cut that kind of stuff off. You realize that it's just a ripple effect going in a negative sense. And we choose to create positive conversations, positive actions. It's because life is what it is, and it's full of sometimes pain and suffering that we have to go through. So why, let me ask you, would we want to add more pain and excess suffering than there already is? We've got the news, we've got things that happen in our families, we've got just life events. We don't want to be adding any more. So today is the day, if you're not already on the train, that you decide to choose to be a positive magnet, to only exist around beauty and harmony and awesomeness. Okay, so how do we do this? This is the number one way I do it, and I love it. I practice it all the time. I catch myself not doing it all the time, and every time I catch myself not doing it, I go, wow, isn't it crazy how we wake up in the morning and we forget all of who we are and what we're capable of, and how amazing life can be amongst, beyond the struggles of life. Just even seeing a flower in the light can make you go, wow, that's amazing, look at that. Or someone can say something to you that fills your heart with joy, and you can easily just go, or you can go, oh, thanks for saying that, that really means a lot, even if you don't feel it, and then later on think about it and go, oh, that does mean a lot. It's so easy to not enjoy life because, life's tough and stuff. So these practices will help you really connect back to the fundamentals of just living and enjoying being a human being while you're here, right now. So what we do is, as many moments in your day, is just catch yourself not smiling. So many times in the day, nope, bad self-talk. In the past, there's been so many times in the day when I've caught myself frowning. And just on that note, when I caught that self-talk, are you still doing that stuff? It's so important. Did you hear what I did? I nearly said, so many times in the day, I do da-da-da-da-da-da. And what I would have done in that moment is I would have reaffirmed that so many times in my day, I'm not smiling, I'm frowning. So what I did in that moment is I caught it, changed the outcome, and then I'm rewiring myself to not frown in the day. And this is how we do it. It's so simple and it's enjoyable and it's quite amusing. So I have caught myself just frowning over nothing, and I'll take a moment and go, what are you frowning about? What have you got to frown about in this moment? And it's either one of two things: a past memory that I'm replaying for no reason. Don't need to be replaying it, but I am. It's just going over, should have said this, could have done that, blah, 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 blah. Or it's a future anxiety Not sure what's going to happen with that. I hope that happens. Oh, maybe that just, it hasn't happened yet. It doesn't matter. It's not needed. So we notice that we're in the future or the past, and we return to the smile. The smile becomes your anchor. As soon as you smile, you don't even need to have anything to smile about. Just plaster the smile on, feel really, really good about it, charge it, cultivate that energy. Again, you don't need to have a story of why you're smiling. Just smile and crank that dial within, that light. You are a light being and you are shining bright in this moment. So crank that dial right up and feel that beaming joy within you. Do it right now. Let's go. Do it. Look at me, look at me. Put the smile on. Forget about why you're doing it. Forget about looking stupid or whatever, or feeling stupid. Just smile, okay? Crank that feeling. And how you do that is you just choose from here to feel that feeling just getting bigger and filling the room. That's right. And then feeling it deep inside. Cultivate that feeling of joy. Just tap into the feeling of joy. Joy, love, harmony, tranquility, bliss, freedom. Oh, freedom. Love a bit of freedom. And you feel that? Right, you feel better. Yep. That's it. That's all we have to do. That is all you need to know about the law of attraction. I'm going to do another video, but that is everything. Everything. The power that you have within you to just tune in and just like that, go from miserable while you're caught in a past memory that no longer is serving you, or anxious, that face, caught in a future thought that doesn't yet exist and might not even ever exist. It's amazing. It's so simple, it's so powerful, and it will dissolve these two stories. Now, obviously, you might need to work on that, you might need to work on that. I'm not saying you just walk around smiling all the time and your world's amazing. But this is the fundamental part of all of this, is we go through life, we figure out who we are, we figure out what we want to be doing, and we figure out how to do it. So who you are, what you want to do, and then how you're going to do it. Once you've got that, and if you haven't got that, click on the link below. I've got a mini course called Dare to Discover that does that, and that. It will absolutely blow your mind. It's amazing. I love it. And so once you've got that, that's it. You just get on the train, you show up every day, and you just do the journey of life. And then the only thing that we go wrong on is forgetting that we know who we are, we know where we're going, and we know how to do it. Do it, be it, human being. The part of human being that really, really sort of solidifies it is the smile. Just be here in this moment and be happy in this moment. And the more happiness you start generating within, you'll start feeling it coming from other people. You'll start noticing it pops up and more opportunities come your way, because like attracts like. It's the law. So in the next video, we're going to discover a couple more points to really solidify all this stuff. But really figuring out who you are, figuring out what you're here to do, and figuring out how to do it is absolutely the first step. Because you will be attracting all sorts of things you want and don't want for the rest of your life unless you figure that out. So check out that mini series. Let me know if you've already done it and if you're digging it. And start smiling continuously in as many moments in your day as possible. Go to the toilet, smile. Turn on the kettle, smile. Send a text, smile. Send a text to someone that you don't really like, smile. Receive emails, smile. Open a door, smile. See your partner, smile. Call someone that you like, smile. Watching TV, smile. Eating food, smile. Do you get the point? Just do it as much as possible. It's a knock-on effect, it's a domino effect. You'll start waking up with this, you'll start going to sleep with this. People will start looking at you, go, oh, and then it's like, it's contagious. It's wonderful, it's beautiful, it's love, essentially. So let's start with love, and I'll see you on the next one.